Hey there! Do you need some help getting ready for the FTCE Knowledge of Oral and Written Language Acquisition and Beginning Reading K-12 exam? That's exam code 035. My name is Dani. I'm a certified K-8 teacher and test prep expert with Study.com. In this video, we'll go over 3 testing strategies for sample reading problems from this exam so that you're confident on test day. Ready? Let's dig in. Problem 1. Which theory argues that language acquisition is a result of the interaction between a child's linguistic environment and their cognitive development? Our options are cognitive theory, nativist theory, behaviorist theory, or social interactionist theory. Let's break down the question. It's asking which of these theories says language acquisition, or the acquiring of language, is a result of the interaction between a child's linguistic environment, or the words and sounds that they hear in their environment, and their cognitive development, their ability to learn and process new information. Let's look at the first option again. Cognitive theory. Cognitive theory studies how people learn, think, and understand. So while it connects to the cognitive development part of the question, it doesn't connect to the linguistic environment part. Nativist theory is the idea that we are born with the ability to learn language. So this one connects to the language part of the question, but it's not about acquiring language. It's about the ability to learn language. Behaviorist theory studies how people learn through interactions with their environment. So this choice connects to the environment part of the question, but it doesn't address the language acquisition part of the question. It's more about learning behaviors in general. We can eliminate that response. Social interactionist theory argues that language development is influenced by both a child's environment and their cognitive development. It emphasizes the role of social interaction in language acquisition, as children are likely to mimic the sounds and words that they hear. So this theory addresses both the linguistic environment and their cognitive development playing a role in the acquiring of language. It is the best response. Even if we did not remember exactly what cognitive theory, nativist theory, behaviorist theory, and social interactionist theory were, we can still use key words to help us figure it out. Cognitive theory only has to do with the cognitive part, the thinking, the learning, the understanding new information, and not the language part. Nativist tells us it has something to do with an innate ability. Behaviorist has to do with learning behaviors, not language. And social interactionist theory connects both the linguistic environment with the social, the communication, and the cognitive development to language acquisition. So that helps us confirm that social interactionist theory is the correct response. Problem 2. Which of the following is the term for the understanding that letters and letter patterns represent the sounds of spoken language? The key words in this question are the understanding that letters and letter patterns represent the sounds of spoken language. Our options are phonics, decoding, phonological awareness, or the alphabetic principle. Let's look at the first option. Phonics refers to the relationship between sounds and letters. So this one is about the actual relationship between sounds and letters, not the understanding that letters and letter patterns do represent sounds. So that one's close, but not quite right. Decoding refers to sounding out words based on their spelling patterns. So decoding isn't the understanding that letters and letter patterns represent the sounds of spoken language. It's just using the understanding to actually decode and read words. So that one's not quite right either. Our next option, phonological awareness, that refers to recognizing and manipulating sounds in spoken words, things like syllables, blending, and rhymes. So that one doesn't refer to the understanding that letters and letter patterns represent the sounds of spoken language either. Our last option is the alphabetic principle. That is the understanding that there are systematic and predictable relationships between written letters and spoken sounds. Knowing this is fundamental for learning to read and write, so the alphabetic principle is the understanding itself, that letter patterns and their sounds have a predictable and systematic relationship, because that refers to the actual understanding that that relationship exists. Alphabetic principle is our correct answer. And problem 3. Which of the following instructional methods will best help students develop oral language skills? Our keywords in this question are help students develop oral language skills. Since oral language skills refer to the ability to speak and listen effectively, we want our response to connect to that aspect of language skills. The first choice is reading aloud to students. Then we have providing vocabulary worksheets, assigning silent reading, and then giving a spelling test. Let's see which one best connects to developing oral language skills. Reading aloud to students. Oral language skills are developed through listening and speaking. Reading aloud to students provides them with a model of fluent reading and exposes them to rhythms, tones, and inflections in spoken language. This option does directly connect to helping develop the ability to speak and listen effectively. We'll put a check mark here, because that's a great choice. The next one is providing vocabulary worksheets. Well, since they're worksheets on paper, they're not going to have much to do with speaking and listening. Although a great way to help students develop vocabulary, it doesn't help develop oral language skills. Assigning silent reading. If it's silent, it's not going to help develop the oral language skills because there's no speaking and listening involved. Giving a spelling test. This is going to help students with encoding words and not with speaking and listening. So that one is not going to help students develop their oral language skills either. The best option to help students develop oral language skills is the instructional method of reading aloud to students. I hope this video was helpful and that you're feeling more comfortable with how to approach the test. Check out more videos in this channel to get additional help for the test, and like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our new videos. You can also get a lot of help preparing for this and many other exams on the study.com website. As a member, you can access short, targeted video lessons, extra study materials, personalized study plans, and hundreds of practice questions like the ones that we just went over. We'd love to hear about your experience and what else we can do to help you get ready for your test. So leave a comment below with your suggestions, questions, and even come back and share with us how you did. Study strong and all the best on your test.